Hi everyone, this is Alan Liu here, and today I'm going to introduce three concepts including sequencing, selection, and iteration. So the connection between these three concepts is that they are all the basic building blocks that make up algorithm. An algorithm is a step-by-step process that describes how to solve a problem in a way that always gives the correct answer. It also helps to identify the right call to carry and the right sequence to present the right results. So these three concepts are the three main building blocks that make up algorithm, and I'll show you the definition for each of them and an example for each of them later on. And as so for sequencing, it is the execution of a program statement in a linear step-by-step order. So key elements related to sequencing include that it gives the instructions of the sequencing are executed one after another in the exact order that's written, and that the sequence affects a program's outcome by changing the order, since changing the order may produce different results. And here's an example of sequencing shown by pictures. So first of all, we all know 9/11 happened, and prior to everything happening and during 9/11, we first need to have our terrorists to be born, right? So here's Osama bin Laden. So the second picture is about the flights, American Airlines Flight 11 that crashed into Twin Tower, and the third image is Twin Tower burst into flames. But according to sequencing, so these three, and the sequence of these three pictures are messed up, and if we have to sort them according to the chronological order, we have to do this. So the Osama bin Laden picture goes to the front, okay? And the second picture of the American Airlines Flight 11 goes to the middle, since we need a plane to crash into the building. And the third picture, which is the burning Twin Tower, goes to the last, because it happens last in the whole process. And this is an example of how sequencing works in terms of images. And selection is to make decisions in code by executing different statements based on Boolean conditions, which either gives the result of true or false. So the key elements related to selection include that the primary structures are if statements, which runs code only if the condition is true, and else statements, which executes when the if condition is false. And I'll also show an example using pictures. So if your score is above 80, then you'll be happy and be criticizing others for getting low scores in their heart sometimes, if you're being harsh on others. But if your score is below 80, then you'll get punished, just like how Quan Dou punished his fellows during the rebellion, or during their rebellion. Okay, so keep in mind, the basically selections teaching you to select the choices you want to select, and assign a result for the selected choice or selected block. And here we have iteration, which is basically repeating a set of instructions until a condition is met, or for a fixed number of times. So iteration example. Okay, so for each of the following JTJ photos, if he smiles, we remove it, else we keep it. So according to this idea of iteration, we might run through 10 JTJ photos, and only 4 of the photos among the 10 photos are photos of JTJ not smiling. So we keep these 4. And we go through each of the photos one by one to make sure which photos that do contain JTJ smile and which photos do not contain JTJ smile. Okay, so here are the 4 remaining photos, including JTJ not smiling, apparently. And that's all for my introduction of the 3 concepts, and thank you for listening.